My Kstar K10 electric pool heater is not working properly. When I turn the breaker on to run the heater and adjust the thermostat to a higher setting, the shuts off the breaker and no light comes on.
Who makes your heater? How old is it?
Kstar, 6 years old.
How long has this been going on with your heater? What have you tried so far?
The heater was working this morning. When I ran the backwash on my sand filter, the problem started. I shut off the breaker, checked to ensure I have water running through the heater, let the heater cool down for about 2 hours.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
The manual indicates that the red light should come on when he has proper pressure, and the reset button has not come on either.
Hello, I am Anna. I will be your technician today. Bear with me while I read the question and try to answer it. Thanks a lot for your patience. I assume the heater has no power, then you need to confirm that. Is there anything on the display panel? Do the indicator lights come on? If the answer is no, then you need to check the voltage. Regular voltage of 120 or 240 volts is delivered to the heater and wired to the heater transformer that reduces, or transforms, the current to 25 volts. This electricity is sent to an electronic switching device called the EID, intermittent ignition device, sometimes called the ignition control. This acts as a pathway or distributor to and from the control circuit. From here the current flows through the safety and control circuit. The transformer is the key here. Check the line voltage going into the transformer. It needs to be either 120 volts or 240 volts, depending on how it was originally wired. You will need a multi or voltage meter to check the voltage accurately. Then, if you have the voltage going to the transformer and no voltage leaving the transformer, then it's probably the transformer that needs replacing. If there is no voltage going to the transformer, then check the breakers, the pump switch or the heater power supply. If you have power to the transformer and power leaving the transformer and still no lights or display, then check the EID or control module.
Let me explain. The heater was working fine this morning, but when I backwashed out my sand filter and then started the pool pump, the heater would not come on. It would shut off the breaker. I turned the heater down to the off position. They turned the breaker back on. The breaker stayed on, but I had no light indicator on the heater. Once I had the breaker on, I went to move the thermostat to a higher level and it tripped the breaker. Reading I shut off the breaker, allowed the heater to cool down, thought the reset button would go on, it didn't, turned the heater back to off and turned on breaker. The breaker remained on, but when I again tried to turn up the temp on the thermostat, the breaker shut off. The heater has power, as when I switch the breaker back on, the red indicator light comes on for an instant and then the breaker is tripped.
Thanks for your response. I will opt out for another expert to assist. Hello, I will be glad to help. It sounds like the regulating thermostat is causing a short when you turn to have a call for demand for heat. The thermostat controls the contacting coils, and this is where the problem may be. You will need to use a multimeter to check thermostat contacts to see if there is a short or not. If it checks out okay, then I suspect the short would be on one of the two heater elements. Will you be checking the internal parts of the heater? How old is the heater? If it is under warranty, you do not want to do the work yourself, as it could void the warranty. Did you get your heater issue resolved?
Thanks.
That's wonderful. Have a great evening.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit justanswer.com/ythi.